Morning, dear students. I'm really happy to be back with you. It's a long time since we met online, and now there is again an opportunity for us. And today's class is for three classes together, class 8, class 9 and class 10. Very honestly speaking, this is for everybody. It's not restrained or it's not restricted to any particular class because the topic is memory. And we all know that memory is something which is part of our life, which is part of our intellectual faculty. So, it is not limited to a particular group. This is for everyone. So, if you remember well, in the past two classes related to memory, we had been discussing several things like what is memory, why do we need memory, what is the difference between information and memory, and things like that. In today's class, we will focus on a very important area, that is the keys to memory. I repeat, the keys to memory. Now, there are certain keys through which you can sharpen your memory. Memory is already there. The capacity to memorize information is always there with every one of us. But the problem with us is the right way of using it or sharpening the memory, the skills to improve the memory. So we need to sharpen our memory, and to sharpen the memory, there are certain keys. What are these keys? If you look at the whiteboard properly, you can understand that concentration plays the main role or a significant part in improving your memory. Concentration. So, number one is concentration, and then the ability to create imagery. What is imagery? It is a kind of symbolic representation. Pictures, illustrations, all these, they come under imagery, and we need to develop an ability to create imagery. We will discuss that in detail. And then connecting the concepts. There are several concepts which we study in the classroom. There are several concepts which we study outside the classroom. So how do we connect these concepts in order to keep the information in our brain? This is one important area, ability to create imagery. That is also a key. It forms a key to improve your memory. And then creating a habit with continuous use. To improve your memory, you need to create a particular habit, and the habit has to be put into practice every day. When you do that, definitely the memory improves. So coming back on the four keys, we need concentration, that is focus. We need ability to create images, pictures. We need to connect the concepts, correlate what we learn. Sorry. And we need to create a habit with continuous use, a habit. Because habits make a man. Practice makes a man perfect, but at the same time, habits, they also help us develop the skill of memory. We must remember this. Now today, we are not going to concentrate on these three, but we will take up only one key, that is concentration. Concentration plays a very important role as far as memory is concerned. And how do we improve concentration? The best advice on concentration is wherever you are, be there. Now, this has been said by a great psychologist, Jim Rohn. I repeat, the best advice on concentration can be wherever you are, be there. That's important. Wherever you are, be there. For example, I am learning something in the classroom. Let's say, for example, the teacher is teaching me electricity. And he's giving his explanation, he's giving his formulas, whatever it might be. So I am sitting in the physics class. My mind should not be wandering around the chemistry class. Oh, what the chemistry teacher is going to teach today, or what's the English teacher going to teach in grammar today. You are physically present, but your mind is somewhere else. Now, this is absolutely a hindrance to memory. This is a barrier to memory. So, when you are in a physics class and you are focusing on the topic electricity, give your 100% there. That is one way of improving your memory. That is concentration. That is focus. A very good example for focus could be, you take a lens. All of us know what a lens is. You take a lens and take a piece of paper in your hand. Just take it out and place the lens over the paper under the sun. Within 2 or 3 minutes, you will see the focal point of the lens getting placed on the paper, and at a certain point of time, you will see the paper burning, smoke coming out. This is focus. The best example for focus could be this. Remember the lens and the paper. So, the paper burns because it gets a point, the focal point, and that is exactly what concentration is. You remain unaware to everything else except the kind of thing or kind of job that you are doing. If you are eating, just concentrate on eating. Don't think of your classes. Don't think of your exams or unit tests or whatever it may be. You are enjoying your food and you are to enjoy that. Be there. Enjoy the food. If you drink a cup of tea, enjoy every sip of tea, thinking that, oh, this is great tea, and I'm relishing it. So my thoughts are all centered towards that one particular action. I'll give you one small example, a Japanese short story, a very short story. You know, a monk was sitting there. He was in a meditative posture. He was just sitting. And he saw a cat crossing his path. And he asked the cat, "Where are you?" So the question that was put to the cat was, "Where are you?" And you know what the cat replied? "Nowhere." Nowhere. So, the answer that the monk got from the cat was nowhere. And the monk said, "You are a wise cat." The monk said, "You are a wise cat." But why did he say that? You see, just split this word into two. N-O-W now, H-E-R-E here. So when you split the word nowhere into two parts, you get two words. One is now and the other one is here. So the response of the cat was, "I am now here." Where are you coming from? Nowhere. Where are you going? Nowhere. So the cat's reply was, "Right now I am here and that is all I know." There is a very beautiful Japanese proverb, you know. A saint is a very simple man. A saint is a very simple man. He walks when he walks and talks when he talks. A saint is a very simple man. He walks when he walks and talks when he talks. That's the best possible definition you can ever have. So what does this mean? A saint is a person who focuses on what he does and forgets everything else except the thing or the action that he is performing or the job he is doing. So that exactly is the secret of concentration. You are blind to everything else around you except the job that you are doing. Remember the word nowhere. Remember the word nowhere. So if you are at the present where you are focused, and that is what this statement by Jim Rohn tells us. Wherever you are, be there. You may be in the classroom. Be there in the classroom. You are in the dining hall having your food. Be there. Enjoy the food. You are taking a bath. Forget about everything else except the cool shower that you are having and the soap that you are applying and the cool feeling, the relaxed feeling that you are getting. It's all that, nothing else. So wherever you are, be there. And remember the word nowhere. These will help you to improve your concentration. Now, there comes another important area where the memory can be hindered, or the growth of memory, the improvement of memory can be hindered. And how can the growth be hindered? It is by this particular word, excuse me. Excuse me is a good word, but at the same time a very dangerous one. How can this word, excuse me, prove dangerous? You see, those who wish to move ahead in life, those who wish to forge ahead in life, those who wish to achieve success in life will avoid this word, excuse me. Excuse me. Giving excuses, trying to defend yourself is the number one enemy of memory. As long as you keep giving excuses, remember, you will have no possibility of improving your memory, because it puts a full stop. Excuses stop you. They stop or make the journey of success incomplete. They become a hurdle. Look at this. Look at the statement by Zig Ziglar. You cannot fly with the eagles if you continue to scratch with the turkeys. You know the difference between a turkey and an eagle. An eagle is meant to fly higher and higher and higher, because the sky is exactly the place where an eagle should be. But if the eagle starts coming down to the ground and spend its time with the turkey scratching the ground looking for some small worms, it would lose its identity. So remember your strength. Remember your identity. Your identity should be like that of an eagle. And your aim is to fly higher and higher and higher and achieve great heights of success. Your aim should be to fly higher and higher and taste success. Do not limit yourself. If you are like a turkey, you will be giving excuses. But if you are like an eagle, you will break away from the excuses and move higher and higher and higher. Therefore, remember your identity. Remember your place of success. So, if you are aware of your identity, if you have a positive outlook of your identity, you will be like an eagle, not like a turkey or a small sparrow. Right. The only thing that are keeping you from getting what you want in your life are the excuses you keep telling yourself. If something is stopping you from getting what you want, if something is stopping you from achieving what you want, if something is pulling you back from the road of success, it is nothing, or they are nothing but the excuses that you give. You keep on giving excuses one after another, and remember, the more the excuses, the more you get back from the road to success. So people who love success, people who are determined to achieve success, will avoid excuses. They will push the excuses away and move ahead with a positive attitude in life. So don't give excuses. If you give excuses, that is definitely a hindrance to your memory. That is improving your memory. Every excuse you accept makes you weaker. One who gets away from excuses becomes stronger and stronger, and he achieves success. But once you start accepting excuses, once you start blaming yourself, once you start ending up with a blame game, then remember that you become weaker. And once you become weaker inside, the word weaker means not physically weak, but you are mentally weak, or you are weak in your spirit. You are weak in your inner self. And once you become weaker, it is difficult for you to kind of make a fresh start. It may take a long time. So keep avoiding, keep saying goodbye to excuses, and learn to face all the difficult challenges, all the challenges in a positive attitude, with a positive attitude, obviously that is a gate to your memory. And then the last one seems to be the most important statement. Where your attention goes, your energy flows. Each and every one of us is filled with energy, positive energy, tremendous amount of energy, and we can achieve so much with the energy. But where does your energy flow? Does it flow towards a constructive path or does it flow towards a destructive path? That is important. Where your attention goes, where is your focus? Is your focus on keeping or giving excuses after excuses? Or is your focus on throwing away and saying goodbye to the excuses and moving towards your goal? It depends on you. So if you are going to embrace excuses, your energy flows towards negativity. If you break away the excuses and move forward, your energy flows towards a positive direction. Keep this in mind. Where your attention goes, there your energy flows. If your attention is towards something negative, obviously your energy becomes negative. If your attention flows towards something positive, it becomes constructive and you grow stronger and stronger. Keep that in mind. And finally, before we close, have a look at these common excuses. All of us are habituated to giving excuses. All of us. Maybe some more and some a few. But what are the common excuses that we give? Here is a small list. There are many, but I've just noted down a few because I feel these are very important. Number one is, I am helpless. Self-pity. You can call this as self-pity. Oh, I am useless. I don't have any potential. I cannot achieve any success in my life because my memory is poor. I cannot improve. So, this is called self-pity. First, you have to throw that self-pity out. You must bring in positive thoughts. Energize yourself with positive thoughts. Say that I am stronger and I can help somebody. Don't say I am helpless, but I can help someone. And when you say that, excuses disappear. Okay? So get away from self-pity. Throw that out in the dustbin. It is not my nature. I am not habituated to do this sort of thing. Your teacher has asked you to memorize a poem. Oh, so difficult. It has never been in my nature to do this. I can't. Since it is not in my nature, I can't. This is a wrong concept. You develop. You are responsible for your nature. It depends on how you grow. How you improve yourself. You can change your nature. You can change your destiny. There are thousands of examples to prove that. People who are born in poor families grew to great heights. They achieved great success. They became examples for the entire world. How? The environment that you grow is entirely different from the mindset that you build about yourself. So, to put it in a very, very simple way, your background is not important. From which background you come, that matters the least. But what you are, what you have within yourself, your inner energy, your potential, that is what matters. Your father might be a farmer, your father might be a laborer, your father might be a man who's doing a very simple job, and you are from a lower middle class family. All these things don't matter. What matters ultimately is, what is your attitude towards life? What are your strengths? Are you trying to multiply your strengths? If you do that, you are saying goodbye to excuses. And once you say goodbye to excuses, obviously, you are opening the gate to your memory. I don't have time to practice the information. This time factor seems to be a great hindrance. Oh, I don't have time. I have many other things to do. My hands are full. I have to pay attention, more attention to these matters and not to this particular job. So you are excusing yourself. You are putting a kind of a garment under the name of time. And you make time as an excuse. Remember, you have to set the time. Time is available. Don't say that time is not available. It's available. It all depends on how you organize your time. It all depends on how you schedule the time. You have to find the time for yourself. And once you do that, well, you say another goodbye to excuses. I'm getting older. I can't do anything about my memory. Again, a wrong concept. Memory doesn't have anything to do with the age. Memory can be improved. Memory can be developed at any point of time in your life. Age doesn't become a factor as far as improving your memory is concerned. Age is not a barrier. Age is not a hindrance. You can't memorize anything. There are so many people who have crossed their 50s and 60s. Still they remember. They are able to remember hundreds and hundreds of facts. How is it possible? They have tried. They have put their best effort to improve themselves. That exactly is the key. Finally, I don't have the right genes to have a good memory. I am a man or I am a boy born with poor memory. I am a boy who does not have sufficient memory. No, this is again an excuse. Who told you that you don't have a good gene? Have you made a medical examination over that? Have you studied your history? No. This is a prejudice. The most important point to be noted regarding memory is that get away from prejudice. What is a prejudice? You have a concept, a destructive concept, a negative concept about yourself. That is self-pity. I am born of this family. I am born in this locality. I am not from an English medium. I am not born with a kind of power to improve my memory. These are excuses that you develop yourself. And remember, excuses are man-made. They are not in anyone's nature. Excuses are not in anyone's nature, and you are not born with excuses. Excuses are man-made. Excuses are prejudice. So, these man-made excuses can be avoided at any point of time. But it all depends how you get rid of them. The kind of effort that you put in. So, to wind up today's session, let us remember that there are 4 keys to improve our memory. One is the concentration. The other one is the ability to create an imagery, connecting your concepts, and finally creating a habit with continuous use. And remember, if you want to improve your memory, get rid and say goodbye to all kinds of excuses. From today, you make it a point, you make a resolution. I will say goodbye to all my excuses because my excuses are hindering me. They are blockades, they are barriers. So the moment I get rid of excuses and I decide to work hard and give my best, that's the time I open the gate to memory. So with these points, let's wind up today. Until we meet, goodbye and stay safe.